What's up, everybody, and welcome to the Beanball Podcast. We are your hosts, Alan and Alan, and welcome to episode number 54.
54.
What's up, man?
Not much, man. You know, just working.
Working? That's
A
good.
lot.
That's good. So what's it looking like? You back there a lot now?
I'm on, what's this day, 12 or 13 straight.
Oh, man.
8 to 10 hour days.
You work tomorrow, too?
Yeah.
Hey.
I'm hopefully having a day off on, Wednesday.
Okay.
I got not a new guy, but a guy coming back Tuesday. So long as he can work Wednesday, I would definitely be taking off. So it'd be like, what is it, 14, 15, like 16, 17 days straight by the time we get a day off.
Back at it.
Yeah. So, other than that, I got into a new show.
Okay.
You know, usually when I'm in the kitchen, I just want to watch something instead of listen to music. And between, I think, what was it, Facebook, TikTok, something, the clips, I was like, no, I'm going to watch the show, Yellowstone.
Yellowstone. What's
It's
that
on Paramount.
about?
So
It's on Paramount.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's on Paramount Network. But which is weird. It's not on Paramount Plus. I had to go to, I think, Peacock to watch it. But pretty much Montana, Yellowstone, a family owns like majority of the land. You know, people trying to get it, Indian reservation, family drama. It's pretty good.
Okay.
The first episode, I understand this is the first episode, the plot.
Oh, yeah?
It was damn near 2 hours long, the first episode. I was like, is this
Wow.
thing almost over? And I look, I'm like, oh my God, it's like an hour and 40 minutes or 45 minutes. I'm like, I get it. Plot, first episode of new show. You got to explain more details, but so far so good. I'm in season 2. I think they just wrapped up season 3 or 4, but
Yeah, I was watching something yesterday. I'm not sure what show it was, and then I saw a preview for a show that's on like Epix or something. It's called War of the Worlds. It's a sci-fi show. It's kind of like The Walking Dead with aliens, though. It's crazy. I just saw the first episode. It's pretty cool. War of the Worlds, and I guess the reason I saw it on the preview is because the second season's coming out this week, or I think this week or next week.
gotcha.
Yeah. Anyway, that was pretty interesting too.
Yeah. So,
All right. Well, that's what's up.
yeah, it's summer. This weekend I think we're kind of full, but next weekend is the true first test of summer. It's sand soccer weekend.
Okay.
So it's gonna be the first test. See how everything, since they didn't have it last year. I'm pretty sure it's gonna be packed. So,
All right.
but we'll get to it. So let's get into some baseball news. And this first one is, if you haven't heard about this is like depressing, sad, and what were you thinking? Marcell Ozuna possibly throwing your career away.
Yeah, man. He was arrested in Georgia. He aggravated assault, strangulation, and misdemeanor battery, family violence. What do you got to say? What do you think?
Yeah. So this is not the first thing. You know, his wife currently still actually got charged last year with domestic abuse. They were going through started a divorce process. So at least that's good. They know they need to separate, but it's not looking good at all because, you know, Ozuna is expected to be investigated by the league because, you know, the domestic violence, sexual assault policy. But the bad thing about him is that this is not she's charging, like, you know, put press charges. This was seen by a police officer.
Okay.
So it's not like, does she want to press charges? The officer saw this, they're pressing charges. And the strangulation part alone, if found guilty, which is the officer saw it's a minimum sentence of 1 year up to 20 years.
Okay. Yeah, it's pretty sad to hear.
Yeah.
And you know, like you said, it was police officers saw this
Yes.
happen, so it's not like.
I guess someone heard something. They went to his house and they heard screaming. They walked in and they witnessed him slamming her against the wall and choking her.
Okay. Well, like you said, he signed a 4-year extension, I believe.
Yep.
$65 million this offseason.
Yeah, he has roughly about 8.1 million remaining on the 12 million this year. Still
All right.
owed
So
him.
what are the options here?
So really, there's not much options. Of course, you know, he was released on bond. At first, I thought the injury that he was just placed on was maybe because of that, and this is now just getting charges, but it wasn't that. He actually broke his hand. A difference.
Yeah.
So I was like, damn, is this why he broke his hand? Like, now I'm like, this is about to be interesting. But now, but what can Atlanta do? He's pretty much saying is the contract is non-avoidable. So, but the thing is, if MLB puts him, actually maybe makes an example out of him,
Okay.
in the past, like put him on definitely suspension or something like that, then there could be a possibility where Atlanta can void the deal and not have to pay them.
Okay.
There's that thought. And then now I think Atlanta's got to think in their head, like, okay, look, we just lost our bat that we desperately needed. He was great last year. Now you think they're going to start checking in on teams who they can trade for. So I'm wondering, especially when we hear in the next couple of weeks, especially around All-Star weekend, you thinking something's got to heat up where they're going to be probably a real buyer.
Well, yeah, they got to be. I mean, they're always in the hunt. They got to find somebody to replace him. But what do you think they're going to do about him specifically? Like, are they going to try to void a contract? Are they going to try to?
I think this is going to be something we're going to be talking about till next year.
See what,
because they're going to want to see what happens with court. But maybe MLB will do the investigation, put in definitely suspension. If that does happen, maybe if they can void the deal, they will. But if his career most likely might be over, someone might give him a chance. But I don't know how strong these charges are.
Exactly.
You don't know where it could be. Like, who's going to give him to the team? Like, you're thinking like maybe like independent ball might give him a shot if he don't spend too much time in jail, because I think it's regardless he's going to jail the way it's sounding at least a year.
Okay.
So 4-year deal, you're finally signed that extension, and now.
Well, like you said, it's not unheard of for older players or troubled players to go play overseas.
Yep.
And it could draw them some money and attention. Like
the
guy I'm thinking of recently is Puig. He's playing in Mexico, I think, right
now.
And, it's like somebody who we thought still had a chance in the league to play. He's good enough. It's not like he had anything bad. He's just.
This could be interesting, too, because they could call on Puig.
Yeah.
Because remember, they did sign him a deal, but then he had COVID last year, and then he decided not to take the deal.
Or Cespedes, he's out there.
Yeah.
And, there's guys out there that come to mind in this situation.
So if he's doing well in Mexico, this could be an opportunity for him if they don't like none of the trade offers that they'll probably start calling, getting here information from.
Right.
So, but come on, Ozuna, what were you thinking? I understand, clearly y'all weren't happy between her domestic abuse last year and now this, but.
Well, we don't even know his personality. I mean, this might not be out of the ordinary for him. We don't know.
Yeah.
We always see these videos of other guys in other leagues, like NFL players hitting people and things like that. So we don't know how he is outside what we see on TV.
Yeah, I think this is going to be a day by day, week by week. So he posted bond. Now it's kind of sit and wait, which could be anywhere up to a year before we see a court date happen. So I guess next thing is see what MLB comes out from their investigation if we get it this year.
Right. They might lay down a hammer well before he gives court. All right. Well, then moving on. The next topic we want to talk about happened at the other night's game.
Yep.
It was, I believe it was the Diamondbacks game we were watching.
Yep.
Stroman was up on the mound pitching.
Yep.
And Bob Brenly had to make a remark about Marcus Stroman saying that his do-rag was the same one that Tom Seaver wore when he pitched. So obviously that didn't take too well, and Marcus Stroman felt some type of way.
Multiple people felt that kind of way.
I watched the game. I don't know if I watched all of it, but I don't remember that. I had to go back and watch the remark.
Well, it was Arizona
that's probably why. I'd have been watching SNY.
Yeah.
So what do you think, man?
It's like you said, he was getting ready to deliver a pitch, and the cameraman was focused on Stroman, and he said, pretty sure it's the same do-rag that Tom Seaver wore when he pitched for the Mets. You got that 41 patch on the sleeve right there. And his co-guy kind of was silent there for a couple seconds.
He wanted what to say about it.
What the hell did you just say? Of course, Stroman, posted on his social media, onward, upward, through all the adversity and racist undertones. The climb continues through it all. Multiple people was not happy about this, and I'm like, you're an older guy. Come on, the underlying tones of racist comments, I feel like we've been talking about almost every couple of weeks. Some form is either fans going after players, which I think a day later, actually Stroman shared a DM from someone that was extremely racist. Yep. And I'm like, come on.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if he necessarily meant it to be racist, but it's how it came off for sure.
Oh, yeah.
I feel like in today's day and age, everybody gets hurt about anything you say. It's not like in old days where you can say almost anything you want. Everybody has some feelings now. I'm not saying that what he said was good, but the good thing from this is that he did take a voluntary leave of absence to go ahead and get himself into some sensitivity training, which is needed.
Yeah.
Obviously, because he's definitely out of touch with today's times and stuff.
Yeah, he's definitely an old school guy.
Yeah, absolutely.
He's really a stickler for the game, how it was, not the way the game's going.
And
he's a former manager of the Diamondbacks.
Exactly. So
he's been in baseball for years.
Right. And that's what you have. You have a lot of the guys who've been in the game don't like seeing changes. And, it's hard for people to see changes. But then you got the young guys who want to see change for the better. And not necessarily, with whatever's going on the field. But, there are things like, what do we say, the pitch clock or the moving the mound back or whether deading the ball. I'm not sure. But they're trying to make it – well, MLB's trying to do stuff to make it more exciting. But at the same time, they're not because they're also not rewarding people for – showing feelings at all. So I don't know. It's a hard spot right now for baseball in general. Yeah. So yes, it's definitely sensitive out there. You should absolutely, as a broadcaster, be mindful of what you're saying. I mean, it was just what am I trying to say? It was just a joke. Bad taste joke. Yes. Yeah. There it is. That's exactly
very
what
bad taste. Something you probably didn't think 2 cents of saying, making a comment about, but
what you said had a big impact.
Yes.
Yes, exactly. He might not have meant it, but it happened, and he's the guy who has, when he talks, he's talking to thousands of people on TV watching the show.
Yeah.
So you got to be mindful of that.
Yeah, it's not like something you're just cutting up with your buddies or something. You are a professional in the sport that you set example.
Absolutely.
And the young fans, young fans hear that, they think that's something cool they can say, or they don't understand, and
or you're you're singling out a certain group of people who are watching the show and they don't like it, and that's not good for baseball either.
Yeah. Trying to grow this sport, not hurt it, and definitely you did not help that night.
Absolutely not.
So the next thing is something we have talked about recently, but now it is coming down to a bigger topic, and now they're sticking to their guns-ish. So the first sign of the crackdown of the foreign substance in baseball has happened. And, of course, first is in minor league baseball because there is no union. MLB can set the standards, what they want to do. And a 10-game suspension has happened for 4 minor league players already. So signaling a stronger crackdown on the game's feeder system in the big leagues. But minor leagues have started. Chicago White Sox organization right-hander Marcus Evie at the low A team received a 10-game ban from his ejection from May 13th when the umpires discover a foreign substance. A couple other players that got the 10-game is Sal Bias of Winston-Salem, also in the White Sox organization, Tai Wee Ting of High A with the Giants, and then Masson Englet of the Low A East with the Texas Rangers. So you're already seeing that these players are getting looked at. The umpires are noticing. So next step is 10 games could be the suspension for MLB, but of course it has to be approved by a union since MLB has a union. So that's the first step they're going through. We think 10 games is a good first slap on the wrist if you get caught?
I do, because it's been illegal. Everybody knows about it. We're all about hating on the cheaters right now. 10 games I feel is adequate for a pitcher because that's like 2 starts.
Yeah.
So not even 2 starts. So let's say you serve 10 games and then, you're back on game 11. So you're not really missing your start.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? So
it'll kind of throw off your rotation.
Exactly.
If you're a starter, if you're a bullpen guy, you're talking about multiple games you're missing.
But if you're a closer, yes. Now you're really getting hurt. So yes, I agree. But I think 10 games is a good starting point because I don't know what else I would do for a pitcher at this point.
Yeah.
If you do 5 games, that's nothing.
Yeah. I think 10 games is appropriate to start. If it does get there, then what's your second offense? Are they going to do half a season like steroids and then third offense full season?
Right.
4th time you're out of the league?
Exactly.
So, but pretty much like you said, Thursday the owners were informed that this is the next phase of the banning of the foreign substance, which could be a 10-game suspension. Person spoke about a meeting. The MLB has not formally announced it, of course, to force the rule, but a lot of people believe All-Star Weekend could be the weekend that they announce this after the All-Star game. Look, this is what we're doing. Mm-hmm. You get caught, 10 games. It seems reasonable. Now, the scenario is how they do this. One potential solution, some person said, is instruct the umpire crew to check the glove and cap in the uniform of every pitcher who enters the game.
Okay.
If foreign subs is found, the pitchers will be required to get a new cap and glove. In the case of last week when the crew chief, Joe West, ordered the Cardinals reliever Giovanni to remove his cap when he entered the game and was permitted to stay. Yet the pitchers caught with foreign substance will be checked, and if it is, automatically receive a 10-game suspension if it is a foreign substance.
Okay.
So, would that slow down the game a little bit? You know,
Yeah,
a
I
quick
think it would.
quick check, or are you checking the stuff before the game? But then, like I said, they could put something on in the bullpen or whatever.
I don't know if the check's the right idea. I mean, yeah, I get it. If they do check, maybe do an inspection before the game even starts. But like you said, that doesn't help a lot depending on the situation.
Yeah.
Maybe you get an official, but then you have to hire somebody else to do this. I don't know. I don't know, man.
Yeah, the only possible scenario you're thinking about is if you put a MLB official in the bullpen, like right before they walk out, you do the quick check and they hit the field.
Yeah, or as they're throwing down the last pitch, you interrupt his whole routine just to give a check before they throw. I don't know, man.
I don't know the checking. I think more is monitoring this the rest of the year. If this gets an out of the All-Star game, is let's monitor with close cameras. If someone is suspect, then you have to go investigate like you would normally a couple years ago when all that scenario was going down. Now the weird thing is, after this all announced, which someone pointed out, I believe it was one of the Barstool employees, that since this was announced, Garrett Cole had his worst game of the season.
Oh, did he?
He's not allowed more than 2 runs in game this year. Suddenly, he allowed 5 runs this game.
Oh.
The game as this was announced that they're going to be cracking down here soon. And we all know Garrett Cole's a possible offender of the foreign substance.
Okay, well, that's not good.
So I'm like, this is going to be interesting. If he has another bad outing, like, because we all know we've seen the little clips of his fingers sticking to his hat and, you know, what on his dramatic spin rate increase from 2 years in Houston.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
From what player he was in, you know, Pittsburgh compared to when he became in Houston. It's kind of interesting.
It definitely makes you think. I mean, yeah, if you look at it like that, he's always been, hey, we got this guy on the radar. We think he might be this. And now he's like, all right, well, they're on to me. Let me do whatever. But, you know, as a pitcher, you know, when you're at this level and you're doing this great, you do what it takes to stay on. Mm-hmm. And guys will do a lot of things. We've seen a lot of pitchers do a lot of things to stay relevant. And I wouldn't put it past him because he's at a high level and he's trying to stay there.
All I think about, like, with his foreign substance is, what is it? What am I movie I'm thinking of? Is it Angels in the Outfield? Oh, boy, like I got this here, here. I think,
the crazy guy.
Yeah, the older guy. Like,
let's play some ball. Yeah, guy. Yeah.
Something like I got. You know, this is if I feel a little fatigue. This is for this.
Yeah, that's definitely it. Yeah,
I think so. I think it's the movie like the older pitcher.
Rookie of the year.
Maybe it was rookie. No, I don't think it's rookie of the year.
Not rookie of the yeah, the little kid, remember? So he's talking to the guy who's crazy, who's eating the seeds. He gets locked in the thing.
I know him, but I'm talking about the pitcher.
I know, but he's talking about all the maybe. I don't know.
I thought like the older pitcher. I think I'm almost certain it's.
Well, it's not Rocket, so you're right.
It's not Rocket. I think it's either Angels in the Outfield or it's Major League. I think it's Angels in the Outfield.
I don't know if it's Angels in the Outfield because that guy was going to die, and the Angels are going to help him pitch great before his last whatever, and he's like, give him one more.
Maybe it's Major Leagues then.
Why would it be Major Leagues? Because yes, it is Major League because you got the wild thing and you got the older pitcher.
Yeah, which I think that's it.
Man,
I got this for this. I got this for this. Which we all heard about the stuff back in the day. You know, put spitball and stuff, and they're in the Hall of Fame, and yet it's frowned upon now because it's more mainstream. It gets out there. So, you know, we'll see. If it's 10 games, hey, it's a start.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if they're going to go through with it, but like you said, we got to start something. And we got to stop them from cheating. So if that's what they got to do, then that's what they got to do.
Yeah, because spin rates have dramatically jumped, especially for some of these pitchers. So we'll keep an eye on that. Can't wait to see what baseball does.
All right. Well, then let's move on then.
Yep.
All right. So the next thing we want to talk about is the MLB and MLBPA sued for more than $1 billion over the relocation of the 2021 All-Star Game. Wow, that's a lot.
It is a lot. When I first heard $1 billion, I'm like, baseball barely gets $1 billion in a year.
They're trying to make a statement.
Yeah.
They're trying to make a statement. Like, look, guys, this was locked up. You can't just change it because whatever, your feelings are hurt or something.
So, of course, they were hit with the lawsuit, over the Georgia's recent restricted voting laws. Pretty much it was like, we're going to sue you unless you pull the game back to Atlanta. Complaint says Atlanta metro areas are suffering staggering financial losses from relocating the game. Of course, citing about 8,000 hotel reservations have been canceled now. 41,000 fans would have been coming to the game. The Atlanta businesses would lose about $100 million if the game was not held.
Yeah.
And the damages to local businesses is about the $1 billion in damages.
Wow.
Is what they're saying. Lawsuit, of course, names MLB, the Players Association, the commissioners, and MLBPA Director Tony Clark as defendants in the 21-page complaint.
Ah, man, that's crazy.
Like, you figured about 100 to 200 million is what an All-Star weekend gets. $1 billion soon, it's like, wow. They are putting the number up there.
And I'm sure they are. They're probably thinking of the stadium, the cost of all that, the hotels, the business they're losing, that they've already advertised it was going to be there, and they pulled it.
All the big signs that are probably up in the stadium
exactly.
and stuff they had to pull down.
I think they have a good argument.
People already bought probably jerseys, merch, hats.
Yeah. To
get ready for the game, and all that's now.
They have a good argument.
They do.
And they might win, to be honest. But I get it from both sides. I don't know what MLB could have done differently. They could have had a discussion. They could have talked about different things. They just pulled the plug really quickly. They pulled the rug from under them, to be honest.
Yeah.
They really did. So if you were in their position, you'd be seeking the same damages, I think.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. What do you think about it?
Like, with the voting laws and stuff, some stuff I don't agree with. Some of it's like, okay, I understand. But to pull out, multi-million-dollar, and especially the year that we just lost Hank Aaron, this is going to be his celebration, even though they're still going to celebrate him, but it would mean so much more being in Atlanta.
Yeah.
Like, what would Hank feel if he was alive seeing this? I wonder how his feelings would have been because of, the voting law changes and what MLB did to pull the game out of his hometown, Atlanta, for the Braves. It's kind of hard to say. I think it could have been a review process, something, maybe put the game on hold, say, look, maybe with all the controversy, if there's a lot of high strongs, like maybe we postpone your game until next year. But technically, Dodgers are been postponed because they were supposed to have it last year because of COVID, so they automatically get the All-Star game next year. So you're talking about 2 years away. I don't know. Like, it's not a good scenario what they put themselves in anywhere to make the call. It's tough. Like, do I think $1 billion is insane? Yes. Now, $500 million, it could have that maybe, but
it depends on who you ask.
Yeah.
I mean, think about it. These guys, I feel like $1 billion. Yes, it might be a lot, but at the same time, it might not be a lot compared to what they're losing. Yeah. It's a tough spot. I would not want to be the judge in this situation, but I mean, if it's a pretty set standard contract, I haven't looked into any of that kind of stuff or whatever the deal was.
Yeah,
they might be in the right already. So I'm not sure.
Yeah, who knows? When they pick a city, there's a clause where they can remove it, relocate it.
If I don't know the contract, but based just off of the fact of what happened from my point of view, because I haven't seen anything in writing, I do think that they got a good argument against the MLB.
Yeah. And it sucks, like you said, like that's a lot of like hotels. I'm in the hotel business.
Exactly.
When you get a tournament canceled, like what happened right before COVID last year, is like tournaments canceled, stop your order and everything. Like I was supposed to feed like 400 people.
Yeah.
And you're like, okay, you're gearing and playing. Luckily, it's not that close to the game they did that, so it's not. But still, the dramatic effect. Like we're planning, you did your budget, like because we're about to hit this much money, we're gonna be slammed. Our income, and now you are losing all this money, which is dramatic effect to all those businesses. So it does. I think they do have an argument, not for $1 billion, but it's going to get up there if they do not get to work this out. It's going to be very interesting to see if this happens, what goes through, and whatnot.
All right.
So we're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back with some All-Star voting talk. All right, we're back, and we are going to break down who we'd vote for the All-Star since voting just opened up for fans yesterday.
All right.
And between now and then June 24th, make sure you get your votes in. Then after, starting June 28th through July 1st, you'll be able to vote again for the starters this time. It's a little different this year. I totally forgot about that. So I think you'll get like 3 people after the first vote. You get to pick the starter, and of course, coaches still pick reserves and the pitcher.
Okay.
But let's start with our first base. Who you got for your first base picks?
All right. So for the American League, I got Vlad Jr.
Yeah, same here.
I mean, why not? The dude's batting .332, 17 home runs, 45 RBIs. Beast.
Yeah, I think there was someone else I was like leaning towards, but
there's a couple of decent first basemen for sure. But that's my man right there.
Vlad is definitely the future. You can tell, 2 years ago the home run derby wasn't a fluke, and hopefully he maybe will join back in it for another run. So
yeah, and so for the National League, I voted for Rhys Hoskins.
Okay, not too bad. Don't like his average too much, if I believe correctly.
267. It's not terrible, but you're right. It's not great.
Yeah, same thing. The guy I picked, average I wish to be a little better, but Max Muncy.
Oh yeah. Muncy was my second pick. To be honest.
268. 13 home runs, 30 RBIs, a 964 OPS. It's not bad.
It's not bad, but just keep in mind he's on the Dodgers, so it's a little harder for Rhys Hoskins to get some of those kind of numbers. Yeah,
that's what I said. I'm like this. Is pretty sure he's a Dodger boy. A lot of these Dodgers are going to be in there because the fans.
Absolutely, and they're great. Why wouldn't they be?
And it's kind of funny when I look through both my votes. I have 2 almost back to back on certain teammates and stuff like that. So
okay,
second base, I'll start off with my American League. I have Marcus Simeon of the Blue Jays.
Marcus Simeon, that's a great pick.
He's batting .301, 13 home runs, 32 RBIs, and a 918 OPS.
Yeah, I really like that pick. For my American League second baseman, I also have Marcus Simeon. Obviously, I mean, he's out of the second baseman. I feel like he has separated himself from them in greatness. There might be a couple of guys who have a better average, but overall, I like what he's doing.
Yeah, went to the new team, and he has not lost a beat and shown why he deserves the multi-year deal and stuff. So
yeah, after you just said that, I'm looking at mine, and I do have back-to-back teammates as well. So we might be close.
So second base for the American League, I have McCown from the Rockies.
Ryan McMahon.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got him too. So we're on the same page, man. 259 average, like you said, this could be better. 13 home runs, 32 RBIs, OPS is 820.
Yeah, I think
pretty solid.
The second baseman for the National League this year, there's a lot of them that's not sticking out. Some of them have injuries and stuff, so that's not helping. Like McNeil for us has been injured. I think there's a couple other injured second basemen that probably could be up there, but
yeah.
So,
but as it sits today, that's my pick too.
Yeah. All right, third base, American League. I got Rafael Devers from the Red Sox.
Me too.
Yeah, batting .279, 14 home runs, 43 RBIs. He's one of the main reasons why the Red Sox were in the division lead for quite a while.
Well, since you wrote that down, he actually must have upped his average and stuff just a little bit. 280 with 15,
probably playing right
15 home runs and 46 RBIs. So pretty good. All right, who do you got for your National League?
National League, I got Chris Bryant.
All right, man, we might as well have the same thing going on because I got Chris Bryant too. And it's crazy because we were talking about Chris Bryant and the team.
This is probably what I think Cubs are probably happy they didn't trade him this offseason.
Okay.
Because remember, he was coming off one of his worst seasons ever. They probably wouldn't got much. Now with him batting the .316, 12 home runs, 36 RBIs, he's looking much more like the MVP Chris Bryant that we saw a few years ago.
And he's absolutely the standout on the team.
And this is good for him also because this is contract year.
Yep.
So
he can go if he wants.
Yep.
Which I think he probably wants.
I think he will. I don't think they have enough money to re-sign all of them.
Well, plus the whole history of the issues.
Them holding and stuff.
I don't think people don't like that, and they don't forget that kind of stuff.
Yeah. So, all right. Shortstop. Who you got?
Well, back to your statement. We might be on the same page here. I got Xander Bogertz.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, how do you not pick him right
312, 10 home runs, 33 RBIs. That two combo right there between third base and shortstop for the Red Sox is what is that limelight for them right now, and hope they can keep building on that.
I have a feeling you and I have the same shortstop for the National League too.
I don't think who wouldn't have this guy for a damn
that's what I'm
National
saying.
League.
That's what I'm saying.
Tatis batting damn near 300, 17 home runs, 39 RBIs, bat in a
108,
87 fucking OPS.
Fernando Tatis Jr.
The face of baseball right now.
Slam Diego. Speaking of Slam Diego, man, the Mets should have won that game the other night.
As long as we split the series, I'll be happy.
I guess.
So, all right. And I don't realize catcher. So when I was looking at this, I was like, man, American League really has no good, like, standout catchers.
Yeah, this old man over here, for what I have, has been
Probably the same
it.
guy I got, because that's the only, like, I looked at it, I'm like, they really don't have no one.
It's got to be Salvador Perez.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's killing it. He's a 288 average, 14 home runs, and 40 RBIs, OPS 853. That's pretty good for a catcher.
Like, when I looked at the list, I'm like, wow, all the catchers are in the National League almost.
Yeah. Yes, the National League was harder. I was stuck between a couple of people. However, there's one catcher that stuck out to me. I was like, this guy's doing his thing. And a couple years ago, I was like, this guy needs to stop catching, move to first base. But Buster Posey.
Dude, we have the same person.
How can you not pick? I mean, look, there was a couple of guys up there, but when I saw
yes, the
Buster,
power's not there compared to some of the other catchers, but the 319 average, and with the division leading Giants.
Look, man, 10 home runs is nothing to sleep on.
No,
either.
it's not.
Yeah.
Remember, this guy who did not play last year
exactly
because of COVID, and we thought the future was up.
Yeah.
We thought like this could be the year where they're going to battle each other and eventually
defying
Posey.
odds. I did not put him here in this position.
No.
And his OPS is a 980.
Yeah.
This dude is doing it.
Old man Posey is doing it this year.
Yeah, so you got to respect the game, man. You got to respect it.
Now,
at this time of his career,
yeah. Now this next section is way more interesting because three outfielders,
3 outfielders,
and you're like, look at the list, like, God, who do I want? Like, who's having a good year? Who deserves my vote, or who's automatically probably gonna be voted because of the fans?
I got 3 All Stars on 3 outfielders on American League that people probably haven't even heard of.
I have 2. One's everyone.
But I'm saying so. Like, yes, when I think of the American League and I think of the voters, I'm thinking, oh, everybody's voting Aaron Judge and everybody. Yeah, so let's start with the first one. Who's the first one you have on American League?
I have Byron Buxton.
Wow. Okay, what's Byron Buxton been doing this year? I know he started out hot.
He started out hot. He's a little hurt, but still batting 370, 99 home runs, 17 RBIs.
Yeah.
And then the 1.180 OPS.
Yeah, no, that's great.
And he's always been defensive.
That
and I think he's back healthy. But man, like a great center fielder to be put out there, and he's having a great year finally. I think he deserves finally to get that vote.
All right, that's awesome, man. I got Randall Grichik for the Blue Jays.
Yes.
He's batting 284 with 11 home runs, 41 RBIs. OPS is 825. I feel like he's a game changer, and with the outfielders this year and this time, he's doing his thing.
Yeah.
I like him. All right. Well, do you want to keep going down American League? Or do you want
let's keep going to American League.
All right. So who do you got next?
I'll just say it. I do have Judge on mine.
Okay.
He's having a better year.
He's what, like 299 or
289 right now.
Okay.
13 home runs, 30 RBIs,
okay.
A 922 OPS.
Yeah.
He's kind of that bright spot for Yankees, even though they've been up and down so far this year between the pitching and everything. But he's having a better year. I think he's 2 years away from contract year. So another good year. You might want to start having this conversation with him if you do commit to him this year or not. We'll see.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what they're going to do to commit either because
those injuries.
It just reminds me of Stanton too because like almost the same guy. So I'm just like, you know how much he costs, and he hits bombs of 10 miles away, but there's concerns.
The injuries.
Yeah, exactly. That's right.
Can he play a full season? Now, if he does a full season this year, then it's like, okay, we need to think about it. Do we wait till next year to have that talk in the middle of the season? Let's see where he's at.
Yeah.
Or do you ship him out to try to get prospects to start to continue building?
I think he needs to come out like fucking ripped, dude. I think he's just like, I don't know.
Yeah. So who's your second outfielder?
My second outfielder, I'm going with a lot of guys. Like I said, I haven't really heard of these guys, but they're doing their thing, and they're not getting as much limelight as like an Aaron Judge. I got Mitch Haniger for the Mariners.
Yes.
He's batting 267, 14 home runs, 37 ribbies, and he's got an 856 OPS. What do you like about that guy?
I like him. I actually think he could possibly be the guy that Atlanta trades for.
And that would be
great to
yes.
replace Ozuna with.
Right. What are the Mariners going to do right now?
Yeah.
Nothing.
I think that could be a possible
value.
candidate where you can get a decent prospect to get Atlanta get over that hump.
Is he on your list?
No.
Oh, okay. But you like the guy.
I do like him.
Yeah, like I said, there's a lot more outfielders to choose from. You got 3 per team.
Yeah. You're thinking about looking like, ooh. And then, of course, you think about, like, unfortunately, Mike Trout's hurt, but you're like, ah. But when he's not hurt, he's
not, exactly.
God, like, how do you not vote for this guy?
Okay, well, who do you got?
The last person I got is a Texas Ranger, and it is Garcia from the Rangers.
Okay.
He's batting 283, 16 home runs, 41 RBIs. Of course, he's not known too much because it's Texas. Okay. They've been no-hitted twice this year. They're not doing good, but he is bright spot, which I think if anyone, pretty much they try to at least get one player from each team in the All-Star game, I think he'd be the best representative for Texas.
Okay.
I love him in the outfield if he doesn't get starter, but I think he at least deserves a reserve nod.
All right, cool.
Who's your final?
My final guy, super curveball. I have 2 outfielders from the same team. I got Tescar Hernandez from the Blue Jays.
Yes.
He's batting .305, 8 home runs, 30 RBIs, 856 OPS. They got an outfield, man.
Well, yeah, and you think about when we talk about Blue Jays outfield, you think Springer would have been one of them, but unfortunately, hurt.
And everybody else is doing around him is killing it. It's crazy.
It's like how much would this team would have been better if he was not hurt?
Yes.
In the outfield.
Yeah, they'd be solid. Best outfield in the league right now.
Remember, it's Buffalo right now currently.
Yeah, Buffalo.
Which
Blue
I was
Jays.
like, ooh, they're in Buffalo and they have fans. I wonder how much tickets are. Well, of course, all of them were sold out except for I finally found one game that was not sold out. Of course, it's a smaller stadium, closer seats. It was $70 for tickets. I was like, ugh. But hey, every day you get to see a major league. But they did more renovations to that park, which I do like.
Okay.
So they're helping their farm team out by having to be there. So, but they still hope to be in Toronto by sometime this summer. But we'll see.
All right.
Canada just started vaccines, so we'll see. They just now let fans of hockey games.
Yeah.
Last week, so we'll see. They're slowly. Maybe one day Toronto might get back to play in Toronto. But
That'd be cool.
All right. National League. Now, this is where it gets very interesting.
It does get interesting.
I think one we can go and say we automatically got, I think, is Acuna.
Yeah, Ronald Acuna Jr.
Yeah.
That's my number one.
Yeah, that's
Absolutely.
easily. Because, come on, batting damn near 300, 17 home runs, 35 RBIs. I feel like back and forth, it's like that home run lead, lost lead, home run lead. It's like,
yeah, it's great. It's great.
And just the power and the swing he got is
Smooth.
just unbelievable.
Yeah, it's good. Really good. I like him a lot. Unfortunately, he plays for a team in our division,
Yeah.
but you know what? He's great. And we've said this every time. Like, beginning of the year, we talk about who we thought was going to be in the series and who's going to be moving forward in playoffs. And we always talk about Acuna and be like, hey, this is the X factor for this team. Absolutely.
Yeah, and unfortunately, we have like 2 X Factor outfielders in our division between Soto too, but
hold on. Well, you're also got to think about Bryce Harper.
Yeah, well, he's injured, and
I'm just saying
he could be that guy.
We're talking outfielders,
but all right. So both Acuna. I'll go next for my second outfielder. I have someone we talked about earlier this year getting flexed on players. Nick Castianos.
I have Nick Castianos as my second as well.
How can you not bat in 364, 12 home runs, 31 RBIs with a 1.062 OPS?
Unreal. That's like video game stats, man.
This is the number you wish you had when he was it last year when he had the opt-out clause in his year where he was like, oh, I'm killing it. I'm opt-out. Give me a real deal compared to what he got. But he's finally having a great year. The Reds are...
I mean, think what you just said. The dude's almost batting 400.
Yeah, which we all thought last year would be the year because of the shortened season that someone would get close. And
right, I don't know if you can keep this up, but that's pretty impressive.
For being 2 months in, having 40.40 away from a 400 in June is a very good...
Right, we're talking All Stars already.
Yeah.
All right, well, who do you got last?
I have a teammate of his.
Oh, God, we got the same outfield.
Winker?
Yeah. How do you not pick him? Dude.
Yeah, like when I was looking at him, I'm like, God, I like him. Like, Winker's killing it too. I'm like...
They're both. If you look at their stats, there's almost no difference. I mean, because...
If you look at them stats, you wonder, like, how are the Reds not up there in the division?
So Winker's batting 346, which is ridiculous. Yeah. 14 home runs, 31 RBIs, and his OPS is 1.039.
Yeah.
Dude, both these guys are the same guy. They're the same guy. You got double the player.
Fortunately, your pitching sucks for you, Cincinnati. So we'll see if one day, because clearly you have the offense right now in your outfield at least.
All right. Well, we got one more spot. We have the designated.
I really, we just talked about before we went back on recording is I really wish you could vote for a designated hitter for National League.
Yeah.
Next year, we might get an opportunity if the rule gets changed, but it sucks that you don't get a vote in who you think is, okay, look, he might not be the best first baseman, but he's a damn good hitter.
That's what I'm saying, yeah.
But at least the coach gets to decide someone from reserve. But do we need to discuss who we got? Because I think we got the same guy.
Yeah, we need to discuss. I threw a curveball in here because I was pretty standard on my other picks. Yeah. Well, hold on. I don't know. Who do you have?
I got Ohtani.
I did. Yes. I mean, obviously, I went Ohtani, but I figured he'd be like one of the starting pitchers. Maybe not starting pitcher, but yes.
I hope if he should be an all-star the way he's having a great year and everything. And everyone's talking about him. I hope he gets to. He like starts the game in a position maybe, or he's DHing, and then he gets to come in and pitch or something like that.
Okay, yes.
I hope.
Okay, yes, if I'm picking for real, Ohtani-san is absolutely my guy. I'm just picturing Godzilla up there with the super sexy swing and wha-ha! But I went with the rookie that I've been hyped up about, the Yerminator, Yermin Mercedes. He's batting .297, 7 home runs, 30 RBIs, 811 OPS. I like this guy. But yes.
If Ohtani, it's interesting, if Ohtani doesn't get in by DH and let's say your boy gets in, Ohtani might still get in by reserve, either by like what he's reserved for, a pitcher, or is he going to be a batter?
And this is where I'm going to go with your route, saying that yes, if I'm a fan, I'm absolutely voting him in as a DH, and I want him in the home run derby.
Dude, I just thought about it. I forgot we're going to be in Colorado where the balls fly for a home run derby and also for an All-Star game. So we might have a good amount of long balls depending on what pitching we get too.
Ohtani-san be taking them deep center.
Yeah.
He don't care where it is. It's going. Look, I want to see Ohtani in the home run derby. Oh my God. If we had a home run derby, what would it look like? It would look like Ohtani, Acuna if he wants to play. I don't know. It'd be cool.
Well, I think Pete said he wants to defend his title.
Okay.
Pete
Tatis.
God.
Vlad Tatis, Ohtani.
God, like,
and I've been telling you this.
Cunha probably still want to go for it again.
I've been telling you this for the past couple of years. I really love the way they've done the home run derby recently with the times.
Yeah,
like you get like 5 minutes or whatever to swing versus 10 swings.
Yeah,
you get in the groove, and we're seeing some magic. Yeah. So I would love to see Ohtani in there. Oh my God,
it's gonna be interesting. I can't wait to see what they do for the home run derby this year. Who's in it, who's not, and just being in Colorado where that light air up there helps the ball travel a little further. So we could see a record, especially if some of these guys who we're talking about be in the home run derby.
What was Ohtani? Oh yeah, man, Ohtani. See, the only issue is the batting average is 258, which isn't bad, but 15 home runs, 40 RBIs, 908 OPS. Yeah, I like it.
It's gonna be interesting.
Yeah, man.
So, like you said, so you vote now. Then they'll get us a group for I think I'm almost certain I remember correctly. It was 3 people. From that, you'll select the starters.
Okay.
Come July 1st, and then of course they'll announce it, and then coaches will announce the reserves.
Yeah,
and
man.
Stuff.
I agree. If this is our team, if this is a team we got to put together, I would absolutely want to see Ohtani as DH and have him put in the lineup in the All-Star game.
Yeah.
Yeah, against Degrom. Oh,
yeah. We almost, as long as Degrom is healthy and doesn't start a game right before the All-Star game, he's the starter for the NL.
He's got to be.
I don't care who you are. You hand that ball to this guy.
Let's just look at his stats real quick, man. If you guys don't know who Jacob Degrom is,
dude,
this dude
he has batted in almost how many runs he has given up this year.
Oh yeah, and to top it off, you're right. His batting average is like 400. Where's he at?
He's batting 3 RBIs this year, and he's only given up 4 earned runs.
All right, so right now he's 4-2, which is impressive because the Mets, if you don't know, cannot support runs when Degrom's pitching. His ERA is a .71, guys.
Yeah,
think about that. I'm just saying, man. It's just what's he doing in batting? He's averages 450.
Yeah.
Respect this guy.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's insane.
I don't even know what to say, man. Silver Slugger, Cy Young Award. What else are we going to give him? I mean,
only thing he's not a great glove. He has some glove, but
we don't need it.
Yeah.
We don't need it.
But it's very interesting. I think if I remember correctly, he goes tonight against San Diego, or it's tomorrow night. I can't remember. It's one of those.
DeGrom is the most exciting player on the Mets team.
Yeah, it's
sad because we have some really talented hitters and stuff, but he's the most exciting guy when he's out there. It's like Ohtani, man. When he's out there, you got to watch.
It's special every night watching him, and then,
it really is, especially what he's doing at 32. Like, he just came in.
Yeah.
He came into the game late, and he's just been killing it.
Getting better every year.
Yeah.
And it's like, is someone going to get to him? Like, I know one bad inning can get that above, but still a .7. We're in June. The lowest ERA through 9 starts. It's unreal.
Did the Mets play tonight?
Yes.
Okay, well,
10 o'clock.
According to MLB, it says his next game is tomorrow then.
Okay, so he's tomorrow, yeah. I think this is a bullpen game, maybe tonight.
Yep. They got him in. Well, at least according to, I'm not sure how up to date this is, but
so let's go and talk. Like we said, we are 2 months into the season. It is June. We are almost a month away from All Star. We're the mid season. We're gonna go down the standings currently. So in the American League, a little shakeup from last time we kind of looked at this. The hottest team in baseball, the Tampa Bay Rays. they I think only lost, what was it, like 6 games in the month of May. They got hot.
Their last 10 is they're 7-3. But what sticks out to me is their away record, 21-9.
Yes,
that's impressive.
Yeah, and the biggest thing for them, like what we said, they lost 2 key pitchers.
Yeah,
well, the pitchers they slid into, the rookies they got, has stepped up, and they have not started looking back. 36-22 is great. You got 2-game lead over Boston, which is pretty much had the lead of that division since like the second series.
But we both have to admit that that's shocking us as well, that Boston's in second in this division, because we didn't have them that high up.
I think we both either have them fourth,
fourth, because we had the Orioles last. Yeah, which they're there, and we expect that.
Yeah, and then Yankees still the kind of shocker. They started to get hot, and then they cool back down.
We'll see what happens.
Of course, they lost Kluber to who knows. I think they said months, maybe. Well,
if I know the Yankees, they're going to get over that real quick.
So they keep it up. They'll be looking for a starting pitcher definitely for the trade deadline. Toronto is 5 games back, but they're only 1 game out of the wild card.
Yeah.
So you can think about it that way. Then the next division, we have the Central White Sox.
Yep,
White Sox still hold on dear. They're at 34-22. Cleveland technically has the second wild card spot right now at 30-24. Kansas City still holding their own. They're right there in the middle of the division. Detroit is just above Twins, who is a shocking thing that they're in last place in that division, 12 games behind.
Sometimes it doesn't click, man.
Yeah, like we thought, I guess last year was their year.
I guess it was.
Is it time for rebuild mode? Because we thought Cleveland was in rebuild mode, but they're kind of holding it together-ish right now.
Yeah, Cleveland, I definitely thought they're in rebuild mode.
Yeah.
The fact that they're here sitting pretty solid in second place in their division is pretty impressive.
Yeah. It's going to be very interesting to see. And then the West. The ever-changing West, I feel like, unless you're a Texas Rangers fan.
We liked the Athletics. We thought they could.
Yeah, it was all like how many their pitching step up this time, and it's a full season, it's not 40 games, and they have hold their own at 33-25.
Impressively, the Astros are in second, given all the fans that they have to see every game.
Fans, not having Verlander for the season.
They're still holding their own.
And the young Seattle. Right there, smack there in the middle.
Like we talked about earlier, are some of our All-Star votes. They got some great talent.
Yep, right there at 500. They're 29-29.
The letdown is the Angels, as always. We were hoping that they could put it together.
Losing Mike Trout definitely doesn't help.
Huge.
Especially if you think how much everyone bet around it has to having a decent season, and then you lose your best player. Yeah. It does not help.
It doesn't.
And then Texas right down there.
Yeah, we'll forget about Texas.
Yeah, National League. What can we say about our New York Mets, man?
Let's go, Mets.
That bench mob, how many players are on the IR at one point, and we still had a great month.
But think about it. I feel like every year our team is always injured. I don't know what it is, man. I don't know what it is, but we're always like the injured team.
But it's also great to see Kevin Pillar back on the field with the mask on.
Yeah,
getting
a couple weeks after,
Man,
but like you said, we have a pretty good lead.
And then, we have a good lead, but unfortunately, MLB, I'm talking to you. What the hell were you thinking scheduling us almost 3 doubleheaders against division players within a week and a half of each other?
I know, man.
I was at the schedule coming up. I'm like, doubleheader. Are you joking me right now? Like, how can we do our pitching through this? I'm like, I see what y'all did.
So, generally, we always talk about how we think that the National League East is one of the toughest divisions. Yeah. The thing that sticks out to me is that we're the only team over 500 right now.
Yeah. Atlanta is banged up. Of course, losing Ozuna. They lost their pitcher yet again.
I see what you did there. Banged up Ozuna.
Oh, Lord. Oh, man. But who else they just? They lost Max Fred. To an injury.
That's not good.
I think, and then they lost Soroka too. Yeah. Again, so it's like
so the fact that they're losing a lot of key players, is pretty impressive.
Yeah, you can tell how deep that team is, and then Philly's
just fizzling out. I don't know.
Their whole and then they don't have, like I said, Harper right now. He's hurt, so I think JT is hurt too, if I remember correctly.
Hey, look at that! Nationals are exactly where I put him in preseason.
Miami, they are where they are.
They are. It is what it is. Yeah.
And then Washington. I'm almost certain Washington is going to be trading Scherzer this year.
Yeah,
they
have to.
Especially now with Strasburg going down yet again on injury. It's like, okay, look, this is not our year. Let's go get prospects. So I honestly think sooner the better than you trade
No, they have to, because if you look at their team, yes, they still have great young players. My favorite player on their team is Trey Turner. After you talk about Ryan Zimmerman, but I'm just talking about the young guys who are going to be there for the next 5 years possibly. Yeah. So they need to build around Soto and they need to build around Turner. They just need to get some young guys in there. And like you said, their best trading piece right now is Scherzer.
Yeah. So we'll keep an eye on that. See, then we have the Cubs holding that division,
which is impressive.
A little shocking.
Yeah, a little bit. Cardinals are there, which is great.
Yeah.
The Brew Crew. Everybody there is doing pretty good. They got, 3 teams over 500? The Reds aren't far behind. And then the Pirates. Will we expect the Pirates to be there?
Yeah.
So, all right. And then the National League West. The Giants, man. The Giants.
Yeah, man. The Giants have shocked us all.
35-21.
Got that 1-game lead over the Padres. They're got a 2-game lead over the Dodgers. And then, Colorado and Arizona is not talking about. But, yeah, Giants are holding their own right now.
I feel like this is like the West Coast Yankee division, like the AL East and the West. The Giants, Padres, and Dodgers, man.
Padres and Dodgers were like, who's going to win it?
Who's going to win it? Not saying that they can't, but right now the Giants are like, hey, guys, we're still here.
Yeah. 7-3 last 10. They're hot. Teams are getting some of their players back, so it's very interesting, man. Very, very interesting to see so far. All right, so yeah, man, not too much shockers.
Well, like I said, other than the Giants,
yeah.
And the only thing I can think of is this Buster Posey. It's got to be. What else is keeping him killing it?
Kevin Guzman.
Okay.
Remember they
Guzman.
the
guy who used to play for the Nationals?
No.
Oh, okay.
He played for Baltimore.
Oh.
And they gave him the qualifying offer and he accepted it because no one was probably going to give him that price because it was just a short season. Well, yet again, he has a sub-2 ERA.
Ooh.
He's becoming the ace. I'm like, did he finally figure it out after leaving Baltimore and bouncing around a little bit to land with the Giants? And he's pretty much ultimately the guy that replaced Bad Bum.
I mean, you got to imagine the Giants, they have been that team. They were like might as well have been a whole dynasty for a while there in the teen years. And so Baltimore's been kind of struggling for quite a while. So maybe the new scenery, maybe they have something that fits his mentality right. I don't know, man. And
then think about this is if you're a Philly fan. After 2 seasons, you let the coach walk because you thought it was a coach problem.
I never said it was a coach
problem.
Now
look what he's doing out west.
I never once thought it was a coach's issue. I remember both of us, I think, were just like, why? That guy was
like he was regressing.
Yeah, he was. And just because he wasn't on your timeline, it's not his fault.
Look, he took over for the man after he retired, and last year they missed the playoffs by 1 game. Look at this. Shocking that these 2 alpha teams flexing it, and I got a game lead right now. We're almost halfway through the season.
That's right. Be proud of that.
Especially with a bunch of veterans and some guys that no one ever heard of, like Yaz.
Yeah, exactly.
Rocking that stash, giving balls away to players and kids and stuff.
That's what's up, man.
But, man, like, Cubs getting hot. We thought they'll probably start trading their players away. It still could happen. We don't know. We don't know what their GM and everyone's thinking, but Milwaukee needs to figure it out soon. They're not too far away. St. Louis is right there with it. The biggest question is what Atlanta's going to do because how many injured players they got, key injured players. Mm-hmm. So are they going to be buying since they're losing Ozuna and a pitcher? So what's the price going to be for that? Yankees, they lost starters. I feel like every year we talk about Yankees need to get a starter. They're going to be searching. I don't know what starters and pitching is going to be available come All-Star time. It's going to be very interesting.
Aren't there some pitchers that are still free agents right now that are pretty decent?
But everyone keeps hearing is, Max Scherzer to the Yankees. That would be the
game changer. If they do that, they need to do that like now.
Yeah, I would think. You would think with the next couple of weeks, it's like, let's go ahead and do it. Like, might as well. But we'll see the timeline is that and trade deadline and stuff. So, anything else you got on your mind?
No, not right now, man. I think we've covered it all.
Yeah. Besides, it's college baseball World Series.
That's right. Your boys ODU Monarchs. Let's go.
So last time we checked, they were leading
4-3.
Yeah.
Against Jacksonville, who shouldn't even be there. By the way, they're like 16 wins the whole season. So ODU's I think the number 1 hitting team in America, basically home runs.
Yeah, they had the lead by hitting that go-ahead home run to win the title for them.
Needless to say, this is the best year that they've had in a while.
It's still 4-3 top 9, so they're about to finish it out.
That's right.
to
Moving
most
on.
likely finish South Carolina, which is the host city. So it'll be 1-2
Okay.
versus each other.
I can't
Probably
wait.
tomorrow or something.
Can't wait. And South Carolina, the Gamecocks, man, they're no joke either. They've been a team. Like when you think of baseball team dynasties, you think of South Carolina. You think
They've won
of
a title
UVA.
and stuff.
That's right. I'm
which
saying.
When I saw the bracket come out, I'm like, okay, Jacksonville. Then I was like, South Carolina.
And UVA was in the
UVA.
That's what
I'm
saying.
like, I know they're not ranked this year, but damn,
Doesn't matter.
They still had
Right.
the pitcher with the most strikeouts this year.
That's right.
So it's like they still got key guys.
That's
they
what I'm saying.
do.
Well, that's because of who they are.
Yes.
They it's like Duke,
Vanderbilt,
It's
like,
like
and stuff
Duke
like
and
that.
UNC.
Yeah.
Like you get
Cert-
top
Yeah.
players coming from high school. South Carolina, UVA, they get top players every year.
Yeah.
So the fact that ODU's here, ranked higher than them and competing, great.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see what they
Number
do this
11
year.
overall nationally.
No matter how the season ends, they can hold their heads up high. They've won the
yeah.
Conference USA Championship. First time they've done that. I think they're ranked 11th overall in
Yep.
this tournament. They're killing it, man.
Yeah.
I'm happy for these guys.
Yeah. All you thought about ODU baseball is Verlander.
Verlander, exactly.
That's what you thought about it. Now they're actually making noise.
Justin and Ben, because apparently Ben's getting time as an analyst or something.
Yeah, he's an analyst at
doing
Fox
pretty-
now.
Yeah, so
But that's kind of funny too.
it is funny.
But
man.
it's interesting. Baseball full force. And
It's great to think of the home team just like they're there, man.
Yeah.
They're with the big dogs, and they're ranked as amongst them,
And then-
they're really good.
yeah, and then more and more stadiums are now opening up 100%.
Yes.
Fans are getting back
I
into
still
it.
haven't got to go to a Tides game, but I want to.
Yeah, I think they come back in a week or two. So maybe we can all just go since
That'd
it's
be
100%. It'd be cool. It's good to see baseball back and the world getting back to normal. Like I said with my work, it's interesting. People, are almost there. It's like it's weird. Like people are like how we do this. Like I don't know. It's been about a year since we've done this.
Exactly.
So it's different, but it's good to see baseball and the world back to normal. We'll catch y'all next time. Peace.